The Ballon d'Or is a subject that has always brought up rivalries, fights among us fans, and a lot of debate. So today we're coming back on the Ballon d'Or. Yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Messi got his 7th Ballon d'Or. He just extended a record he already had. We're going to talk about the Ballon d'Or, the controversies around the Ballon d'Or. We're going to look into the criteria to get the Ballon d'Or. Who are the voters? How do they vote? What influences the voters? And who deserves the Ballon d'Or? Don't forget to like, go subscribe, go share, and let's take off. The Ballon d'Or is a trophy given to the player, to the most outstanding player of the world from January to the end of votes. That is usually in November or even sometimes in December, right up to December. So the winner of the Ballon d'Or has not always been the one people want. Like, everybody is not always okay with the winner. Everybody is not always okay. That's football. That's the way football works. So we need to understand how the Ballon d'Or works in order to prevent heart attacks, when it's not your player that wins. Messi won the Ballon d'Or. Some people said he deserved it, and for other people he doesn't deserve it. So that's what we're going to look into. What are the criteria for voting? There are 3 main criteria taken into account while voting for the Ballon d'Or of a given year. There is the personal and collective accomplishment of the player. There is the player class, the talent, and the fair play. There is the player's career. These are the 3 main points on which the votes are based on. Who votes for the Ballon d'Or? Those who vote for the Ballon d'Or are journalists. They are 180 all around the world, and each journalist is different, has a different country from another. So what influences these voters? They look into the criteria. Of course, they look at everything, the numbers, the performance, the accomplishment, number of trophies, number of goals, all of this. Yeah, these are people that have feelings. The voters, the journalists, they are just humans like us, like you and me. They have feelings, they have emotions, and these are some slight details. There are some slight details in football that can make someone change his opinion about something. The criteria on which the voters they base on to vote, it's more like a physical aspect. It's more like a physical impact. Nowadays, the emotion. Just look at how all of us, like everybody we know, is because of the Copa America that Messi won this year, Ballon d'Or, because of the Copa America. Why is it that this Copa America felt so special? Because Messi has missed it like a lot of times, and now that he wins it, he's like the best player of the whole tournament. He's the best scorer, best assist, best player, and he wins the trophy. Something that he has been criticized for a very, very long period of time. A lot of people were criticizing him for not having any international trophy with his country, and just the fact that Messi won that, it's brought up a lot of emotions. Like, the way the noise it made when Messi won the Copa America with Argentina. You've seen the way it made a lot of noise in the world, and all of these have impacts on voters. Of course, he has a lot of impacts. That's why in the Ballon d'Or, sometimes not only the number counts. The numbers are very important. The data, like the number of goals, number of assists, all of these, number of trophies, all of these count, but it needs to take more than that. If you really want to put all the chances by your side, you really need more than that. That's what it takes to be a Ballon d'Or. If you're just looking at number of goals, number of trophies, then why voting? then there's no point of voting. We'll just put the stats of this player here and put the stats of this player here, and then just compare. Just from comparing, then we can finally say this one has more, and then let's give him the Ballon d'Or. We could have done like that, but that's not how it works. France football wants every voter to talk according to his or her feelings. So who deserves to win a Ballon d'Or? Every player, for me, every player that makes the top 3 deserves to win the Ballon d'Or. Every top player that makes to the top 3, even the top 5, deserves the Ballon d'Or, because you just don't go to be a top 5 just like that. No, if you are among the top 3 or the top 5, it means you really deserve to get the Ballon d'Or. But at the end, when somebody wins the Ballon d'Or, a lot of people think that this person doesn't deserve it. No, me, I don't really see it like that. The fact that you are second, you are third or fourth on the ranking, it doesn't mean you didn't deserve it. It's just that someone deserved more than you according to the voters. And that's what some people fail to understand. They really don't want to understand that part of the thing. It's not because your player is second or third, it means your player doesn't deserve it. It just means they found that somebody else deserved it more than him. So that's just the harsh truth that people don't want to understand. Now, what makes the difference is the impact, the influence. Even the numbers can make the difference. The number of goals, number of assists, and all of that can make a difference. But when things are tight, what makes the difference is the impact or the influence you had on the voters during a period of time. Be it the emotions you brought up or the feelings you've touched. That's what can really influence the voters. Once we get that objectivity, I mean all us the fans, once we get that, we shall understand that Ballon d'Or is something that not everybody will be alright with that. Not everybody will be okay with that. Not everybody will accept that this guy that has been designed as a winner of the Ballon d'Or, not everybody will be okay with that. So we need to be very objective. We need to get it that way. It's not always the player we choose that wins the Ballon d'Or. It has happened to me that I want this other guy to get the Ballon d'Or, but it's this other guy instead that wins the Ballon d'Or. These are choices of other people. We are human beings. We have different opinions, different way of seeing things. So Lewandowski is not the first that is missing on the Ballon d'Or, even though all of us, of course, we think he really deserved the Ballon d'Or 2020, because at that time he was the favorite. There was nobody, he was in competition with nobody. So I really think with the pressure Messi made during his speech, it's going to trigger France football to, I don't know, give Lewandowski a Ballon d'Or. I don't know, even if it's in 2 years, 3 years, or even if it's after he retires, at least he deserves a Ballon d'Or. He really deserves a Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or 2020, as of 2021, it's another story. Messi winning it doesn't mean Lewandowski didn't deserve it. Lewandowski just have to put in his mind that, I know it's not easy, it's easy to say, but he's not the only one that has been through this. Yes, he's not the only one. We have Ribéry in 2013 that missed the Ballon d'Or, Deco in 2004, Henry in 2003, Raul in 2001, Dotti in 2000. Just to say, not everybody will always agree on the winner, and sometimes the winner is not what you will expect. Lewandowski now just have to concentrate, continue to play his football. Something is very, very sure. With or without Ballon d'Or, he has made history. With all his stats, with the record breaking, he broke the record of Gerd Müller in Germany. Because of all of this, he has already entered history. Even if he doesn't get a Ballon d'Or like many other players in the past, once you make history, you make history. Even a trophy can't come and take that from you. And who knows, maybe in some years or maybe next year, he'll finally win the Ballon d'Or, because me personally, I think this was the last one for Messi. All of these rivalries, all of these fights amongst each other, the happiness and the anger that the Ballon d'Or can bring to us as fans and passionate of football, it makes it its value. It gives it its value, the value, because we always fight about it, we always argue about it, we debate about it, and all of it makes the beauty of the Ballon d'Or. So guys, after this, I hope you will try to understand how the Ballon d'Or works. A lot of people, at the end, it's not us to decide. There are people voting, and if they vote somebody, we just have to agree. So guys, that was all for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll meet you for another one, probably for the debrief of a game this weekend or even before the weekend. So take care of you. Peace.